growing up, I know you came to my games and things that I was doing, whether you wanted to or not. But I really enjoyed coming back and watching you in your sports and football and everything that you were involved in, and really enjoyed that. And really, I don't get to see a lot, but even over the last 24 hours, just kind of watching, all the responsibility you've taken on and the person you've become and the man you've become. So I'm proud of you. Olivia, the first time that we met, you came to my parents' house and had a bottle of wine and just. And I don't want to try to be funny. I just mean that, it was we had so many positive things to say about you, and you were so beautiful, and you still are, and you're so classy and great character, and you come from a great family, great parents. From day one, my kids, I guess there was only 2 at that time, but now there's 4. You've always been Aunt Olivia. Now it's official. So, I don't know if Nick ever said this, but as time went on, I said, Nick, I don't know what you're looking for in a wife, but Olivia pretty much checks every box. So don't mess this up, and maybe get a move on here. So with that, congratulations. Happy for you both. If everyone wants to raise their glass.
So, as many of you already know, Olivia is extremely level-headed, caring, responsible, loyal, and extremely selfless. Her and I have been through a lot together, and she's never once left my side. She's been present for the low points in my life and for every single one of the highs. All right, when we were 17, my dad passed away the summer before our senior year of high school. Olivia was the first person I called when I found out. Without even hesitating, she showed up at the hospital with wet hair and all. She was the only person I wanted to be with that night, so her and her family welcomed me with open arms and let me spend the night with them. Olivia was also present for the birth of my son. She came to the hospital at 7 a.m. that day, and she stayed until after he was delivered. She brought me my first meal, and she stayed to help me get the hang of breastfeeding, even though neither of us knew what we were doing. And almost 6 years later, Olivia is the best godmother and teeth cleaner to my son Hudson. But those are only a few examples of how lucky I am to have her as a best friend. Okay, now I'll backtrack a few years when Olivia first met Nick. When they were first introduced to each other, Nick was all Olivia could talk about. I remember we were on spring break, our freshman year of college, the night that she met him. I had the pleasure of being present the night that they met, but Olivia did tell me not to embarrass her in front of Nick because she wanted to make a good impression. But I'm very happy that they met each other that night and they never looked back. These two are a very perfect match, and I think we can all agree that they balance each other out very well. I truly believe that Nick has brought the best out in Olivia and vice versa. Nick, I want to thank you for making Olivia so happy. I know you two have been through a lot the 7 years that you've been together, but I think it speaks volumes that you've worked through it together and you're sitting here on one of the most special days of your life. And I hope you're able to look back 50 years from now and remember it as just that. Over the years, we've all watched you two prioritize everyone else's happiness, but today we're finally able to honor yours. You both are some of the best people I've ever met, and I cannot express how happy I am to be standing here today. I love you both so much, and I'm so happy for you. So with that being said, I'll ask everyone to raise their glasses and toast to the happy couple. I love you.
And the last thing I'll leave you here with is, and this is a cliche, but everybody always says that opposites attract, and Olivia is kind and optimistic and nice and outgoing and generous, and Nick is the opposite of those things. So You know, I honestly think you guys are going to last forever. You guys are going to be great. And I can't wait to be a small part of that. So raise your glasses. Cheers. Love you guys.